So it's Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by unbeaten heavyweight Demsey McKean. Demsey, how you doing, mate?
Doing well, doing well. Just chipping away. Been in the gym since about December, looking for a fight date. So I'm getting some itchy knuckles at the moment.
And you've been massively in the news over the past week. You must be getting used to it now. Last time it was Joshua, rumored to be an opponent, and this time Tyson Fury. Well, what do you make of it? Is it kind of, everyone talking about you is a good thing regardless of the reason, or is it, frustrating because you're not actually nailing a fight date down?
Yeah, look, it's a little bit of both. It is good. It's good in the fact that it's good publicity, gets my name out there a little bit more, and it's kind of bad in the fact that it kind of slips through the fingertips every time, and my hopes get up here and then they drop down pretty quick as well. But it just goes to show we're on the fringe of a big fight. A big fight's not too far off, and it looks like Tyson Fury for the first time in his life. It looks like he's looking to follow through with it as well. He's just up in Brisbane at the moment, meeting with some Australian media. So unfortunately, I couldn't be in Australia at the moment. I would have been good to go there and get a couple of face-offs as well. So, he's been into Suncorp Stadium, the big football stadium, rugby league stadium in Brisbane, meeting with some people there. So, and I think he flies back maybe later on tomorrow or something like that. So, hopefully it comes to fruition. This fight actually does happen this time.
And so the news broke a couple of days ago that he was in talks with your promoter, Angelo Di Carlo, about doing a big fight out in Australia. Then today or last night, it might have been, there's now talks that he's speaking to the team of Jay Opataya, who's the IBF Cruiserweight champion, about him moving up and fighting Fury. He clearly wants a big fight in Australia. Why do you feel it should be you rather than Opataya in the opposite corner?
Yeah, I think it's more so to do with the fact that Opatea's team. I think it was his manager at the media workout asked him a question about him, and Tyson Fury kind of bluffed it off a little bit. So I think they're just trying to get a bit of traction with that as well. Which why not? Any publicity is good publicity. So, but Fury said he wants to fight a heavyweight. They've got weight divisions for a reason, referring to the fact with Jai. So and he wants to fight a big heavyweight as well. He doesn't want to fight a small heavyweight, from what my manager's saying. And what better way to prep for a southpaw as well? Southpaw heavyweight, and then with the Usyk fight later on in the year if that does get made. And obviously, I am the highest rated heavyweight in Australia, world rated heavyweight. The IBF and the WBO. So, I was born just outside of Brisbane too. So, if the fight does happen in Brisbane, that's perfect for me. Usually people dream of getting a world title shot, and they have to go overseas for that. But for Fury to come here and into Brisbane, my hometown, that's almost unheard of. Well, it is unheard of. So if that does happen, that's massive. It's a huge accomplishment in itself. And hopefully we can just get this across the line.
How important is it that you don't get your hopes up too much? Because it is a dream opportunity to headline in Australia for a world heavyweight title. But then Joshua fight seemed quite close for a while, didn't happen. And you've still got to be focused on your own path.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I've been in the gym since December. I've been training hard. So this isn't really going to deter my training too much. I'm kind of used to it by now as well if the fight does fall through. But, Joshua didn't really call me out before. It was more Eddie Hearn talking about it, where this time, Fury's called me out multiple times now. And I think there's going to be some stuff dropping in the news tomorrow night in Australia as well. So see what happens. It's early days, like you said, and Fury does like to talk a lot, as we know in the past. So, but hopefully he's serious about this, and obviously if they can get the right funding from the Australian government, wherever the fight may be, then looking like it could be possible.
When would it be likely to take place if it does get over the line?
So they're talking end of August at this rate. So mid-August, end of August, or something like that, depending on dates, what's available at the stadium. So, but yeah, that's perfect. I think it's still like at least 12 weeks away. So that's a full camp. So.
Now, there's been a bit of backlash, it's fair to say, on social media about the possibility of the fight. Not so much about you or your capabilities, but more the fact that people were hoping Fury would fight Usyk, and it seemed like those negotiations broke down twice. And now, although it's still a great attraction out in Australia, I think people are maybe a bit disappointed that it's not Usyk. Can you kind of understand that point of view?
Oh, easily. And if it was me that was getting the fight, I'd be pretty annoyed too as well. Like, why is Fury picking and choosing who he gets to fight? Why isn't he fighting a top 5 contender? Why isn't he fighting Usyk? There's a lot of negative comments in that, and there's got to be every right. But I'm the one that's been possibly gifted with this opportunity, so I'm going to cherish it with both arms. I'm going to give the fans a hell of a fight, and and then I'm going to be able to showcase my levels and showcase that I do belong on this world scene as well. But yeah, I can 100% see, he's kind of picking and choosing, and and someone that's kind of unheard of in myself on the world scene. I'm not a top 5 contender, so I'm not even ranked in the WEC. So I can understand that as well. But I am rated in one of the sanctioned bodies, 2 of the sanctioned bodies, that is, and therefore I'm able to fight for the WBC world title. So, and if he wants to come out to Australia, I guess the champ can do what the champ wants. So,
and without giving away too much of what would be the game plan, I'm assuming it's May now, end of August. We're talking, so you probably haven't spoken to Tony much about a game plan yet. What do you think you can do against someone like Tyson Fury, who's proven pretty dominant at certainly, I mean, he's never been beaten, but certainly over the last 5 years, no one's even come close to beating him, except for the draw, obviously, with Wilder.
Yeah, but you look at he gave him a really tough fight with those Otto Wallen. He's a 6'6" southpaw. I'm a 6'6", 6'7" southpaw. I think I do everything that Otto does a bit better. I'm bigger, stronger, faster, leaner, more explosive. So yeah, I think I can give him a hell of a fight in that. I'm a good boxer as well. Wilder's not a good boxer. He's got some good power, and he was winning rounds against Fury, but not to take anything away from Wilder. But I'm a much better boxer. I'm quite slick, so I can match it with Fury. I'm not going to be there to be hit and teed off on like Chisora was as of late, but we can. We just got to push him back, target the body a bit, mix it up. But like I said, I'll talk to Tony and we'll come up with a game plan. But I've watched Fury's fights, and there's a few things I can pick up on as well. So obviously don't want to give away too much, and and get him working against that. So
how do you rate Fury in terms of on the world scene? For most people, he's now the consensus number 1, but you've still got Usyk, of course, and even Joshua potentially, although he lost to Usyk.
Yeah, I think definitely Fury is the top dog in the division, with his speed, size, athleticism. He's a good boxer. Wilder's a big puncher, doesn't have that kind of boxing IQ, and AJ's right up there as well. But yeah, I think Fury is probably leagues above majority of them, but Usyk's right up there as well. But I guess until we kind of see Usyk tested a little bit more at heavyweight, then we're probably not going to have a greater understanding than that. But yeah, I definitely think Fury and then Usyk for sure.
And if this does come off for the end of August, where does it fit on kind of your own journey that you projected in your mind? I mean, has it come a bit earlier than you thought it would, or around the right time? What do you think?
Probably say about 3 hours, no, 3 years. Sorry, three years earlier for sure. Wow. But you can't get more fast track than this. I've been chasing a big fight. I've been chasing a big fight for a while, as and we've talked about in the past. And what better way to get projected straight into a WBC world title fight in your hometown? So it doesn't get much bigger than that. So an opportunity like that, I'm not going to let it slip. I'm going to train, my backside off like I do for every fight, and I'm going to make it a hell of a fight. I'm going to give him one big tough night in the office. That's for sure.
Have you sparred Fury before?
No, never. I've just never met him in person, never come across him or anything. So I've sparred obviously, Dillian Whyte, Dubois, and Anthony Joshua. So those are probably the three main people I've sparred in the UK.
How prepared are you for the kind of pre-fight shenanigans, the trash talk and so on that Tyson so relishes?
It's already begun. He's already doing that in my home country as well. So, it's something I've kind of dealt with in the past as well for other fights. Obviously, not on the scale this fight will be and what the scale he will be bringing it. But it's never really got to me. People can talk shit and they can do what they want to do, but it's not going to win your fights. It's what happens in the ring on fight night which determines the outcome. So you can do it. It's going to build up the fight a little bit more, and have more people tuning in. So that's even better. So that's what he does, and there's nothing but to do. It's water on a duck's back, isn't it? So you just got to laugh it off. So he's an entertainer. It's what he is. He's an entertainer. It's what he does. So I wouldn't expect anything less from him.
And he's gone to kind of plant the flag in Australia. Maybe you need to get up to Morecambe Bay while he's away and do the same.
I think I might have to as well. Definitely. It's a good idea.
What's the kind of contingency plan for, God forbid this doesn't happen at the end of August? Have you got something lined up in terms of a fight in the UK?
Yeah, we're actually in talks. We're coming close to landing Filip Perkovic fight with Matchroom. So we're still kind of waiting on a bit more formalities with that one, some contracts and stuff. But we've been in negotiations for quite some time for the Herkovic fight for maybe an interim IBF title or another eliminator or something like that. So that's another big fight there. So no fights there. That's that's obviously a fight that we've been chasing for a bit as well. We've said, like, we've told Eddie, we've told everyone, we're happy to fight anyone in the division. Just get us the right fight and pay us correctly, and then we'll fight anyone. Simple as that. So there's not too many boxers out there that would fight anyone. Everyone kind of picks and chooses a little bit or avoids certain people, and I think that goes to show. Like, I've tried to fight Dillian, I've tried to fight AJ, and now possibly fighting Fury and Herkovic. A lot of those guys are quite avoided in the division, but I found my chances quite well against any of those top guys. So, but I guess until I'm there and I get to prove myself, then people are going to doubt regardless, and that's boxing. To someone that's quite unknown, I don't. That's up to them if they want to do that. But I believe in myself, and that's all that matters.
And what about life outside of the ring? We've talked about it before, basing yourself in the UK, even between fight dates. Are you still adapting to that, or do you feel pretty comfortable here now?
Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable, missing home a little bit, the weather and whatnot, but the weather's not too bad at the moment. So if that can hold up a little bit longer, might make it a little bit more bearable. But, I've been over here in the UK for about a year and a half now, almost 2 years, I think. And I've still gone home back to Australia a couple of times in between for a month here, a month there. So I have managed to get my kind of Aussie fix and the beach fix as well. So it's not too bad.
Good stuff. Well, mate, I hope it gets over the line. I'd love to see it for you out in Australia. I think it'd be a great spectacle. And yeah, you're chasing it. And I think that sort of ambition should be rewarded. So fingers crossed.
Appreciate that, mate.